when it comes down to testing your website for usability and the overall user experience, you really need to be doing this live off of the host that you're going to be serving it up serving it up from. Now, I've worked on all what I would call the UI elements of the site locally, and that was great. And now I've uploaded it to my host, and now I want to actually start really digging into the nuances of it because um, there are the transfer between local and the remote host oftentimes could uh, just have like weird errors. Maybe things don't, maybe not everything uploads properly, and you have a file that's corrupt or not all of the images uploaded. And when you're staring at it locally and you've probably been working on it for hours locally, it all seems fine and you're sort of eager just to put it up there and it's done, project finished. And honestly, far from finished. The real test of how it's going to work is what it's like live. So if everything that was done up to the point of creating this, we'd consider the UI, the user interface portion of the project. This next step is going to be the usability, the user experience. It's uploaded, and I want to make sure that all of my elements work. Things are loading quickly. There's no, missing images that I tried to upload. All my scripts work. There's no conflict with the server. That sort of stuff. So it's really important. This is the true test of your product when you launch it. So to do this, we're going to be using a mixture of a couple things. First, we're just going to be poking around and, hey, does the slide bar still work? Yes, it does. That's great. Does this guy work? Yes, it does. So just like sort of our interaction, our own using and the usability and the interaction of the site. Obviously, these things I can only record from my desktop, but I'll also be assessing these elements and inter the elements and sort of functionality through my tablet and my mobile device. And also my mobile device, what'll be interesting is disabling the Wi-Fi because I'm working on it from home, so I got a pretty fast connection at home. Um, but I'm going to disable it and see what it runs like on the my cell network. I'm using Sprint, so we'll see what their network's like and the speed. That would be just a clicking around and playing with your project would be the first thing. The second aspect is I'll use Chrome DevTools over here to inspect the elements, namely with the network. In the network tab, if I give the page a refresh, it'll give me an idea of how long it takes for my project to download. Now, currently, I have it takes quite a bit of time. I mean, right now, I've done this a couple times. It says 8.3 seconds to load. Last time I loaded it, it took 14 seconds. That's an issue with my web host. I mean, well, not this. Well, let's just be clear. This 5.3 megabytes transferred, that's all me. That's all stuff that I could work on condensing code. And what I could do is make sure all my images are optimized, minify all of my jQuery and CSS, and there's a number of other things that I could do in that regard. And this load time does here. I'm going to give it one more refresh. Maybe we'll get a different time, another run. This load time is is a dance between my code and the performance of the server, because if you're on a high-end server like, for example, Amazon Web Services and their cloud computing infrastructure, you're going to get better load times than this. But that's at, I think, starting base price $50 a month versus another host that's anywhere from $5 to $15 a month. So you get what you pay for in that regard. And also, what is going to help me figure out what to do is this page speed option. And this page speed is really a great starting point for optimizing your code, because once you analyze it, it'll give you a play-by-play, or really a list over here of all the things that you could work on reducing, including what the low-level items are, indicated with an L, to the high high priority elements you can do. So That's what we're going to be working with in the next series of videos, and we're going to see by our efforts how much we can affect the speed and usability of our website.